All right, and welcome to January. Um, so as you saw in the last one, we got a, a green bean harvest. Um, Gave me quite a bit of cash. Ooh, and you kind of see one of the things we're deciding to buy already. Um, so we're not quite yet ready to plant in those two fields due to our rules saying that we have to wait 2 months after one harvest. So I decided to prepare get stuff ready. And we bought a tiny little harvester, which will be good for this year. I figured we can do like soybeans or something that we can plant right away. Um, and get pretty good results. Canola, something. Something super light. I also upgraded a tractor, and I'm thinking about doing the same to the Fiat as well, which we'll see here in just a second. So I'm going to park this Massey Ferguson into the barn here. I upgraded the Ford tractor. Has over 100 horsepower now. Put some dualies on it. Thought it looked cool. Um, Give it a little bit more traction power. Um, get rid of that for a second. Yeah, I think it has 112 horsepower now. But just figured it was a much needed horsepower bump compared to the 78 I think the last one was. So figured that would help us quite a bit, especially since I want it to be more of the workhorse, I guess. More like, plowing, cultivating, mover job type guy. And I want the Fiat, obviously, unless we upgrade it to be more, you know, fertilizer. Might use it for planting this year. We'll see. Um, but regardless, we are going to go ahead. We'll take a quick little nap to get us into the next month, which I believe most of our fields should be done growing. And our grass is hitting its second stage next month. And it looks like our wheat should be another 1 to 2 months. So we'll get a move on those so that we can get those harvested sooner rather than later. And what's actually super cool is we can actually harvest it. We can choose to harvest one with the forage wagon or with the harvester and get wheat and straw. So we'll see how that works. Real quick, I do like to jump into here and just make sure that everything doesn't need. Okay, and then we'll also run into here. This grain header. This is one of the cheaty ones, so you can move super quick. This mulcher. This here. This is for um, slurry tanks. And then this is oh my pink. Is it neon pink? That is insane to me. But this is a really big um, spreader. Don't really need too much there. So let's go ahead. Let's find ourselves the uh, Fiat. Let's go ahead and put in canola and get these starting to plant. Actually, I want you to do headland first. There we go. You should be good to go there. And then we'll zoom right over to the Ford. Basically, what I want to do is I want to start making money ASAP, start expanding. Not that we can't do that with what we have now, or what we had before. This just makes it easier. Um, Doing these other crops for pure profit. I mean, we already had the stuff and we're using it for grass. Might as well use it for other things. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the roller off, and I'm gonna let the Fiat basically have this field all to himself. Being the Ford, we're gonna go over and cut some grass. Uh, we do need to also take out silage, which I think I'm gonna do before I cut the grass. Because if we can afford the bigger, AGCO harvester, that's what we're gonna get. If we can afford to sell that forage harvester and get a real one, that's what we're gonna do. Because that forage harvester is not fun to use at all. That's the one thing I don't like about the Ford is it is a little small. I mean, like low to the ground. But it's fine. I didn't see how much that was. Oh, the front door, 74,000. We're gonna be here in a minute. So I'll cut to when this fills. All right, and we're back. That field's all finished, and as you can see, we got ourselves a brand new to us Fiat Geary Fiat Tagiri. It's another Fiat. But it's a Turbo D 180.90. Has 180 horsepower, I believe. Dual or rear dualies, but the outside ones are small ones. So over here we still got all this going on. And as you can see, we made this field quite a bit bigger. We expanded this whole right section right here, and then this little extra lip all the way out here. So yeah, I think I'm still gonna keep this as my main grass field, just so that we can control the grass in it. Um, and it's a little bit nicer quality too. Again, just to kind of maximize our potential out of that thing right there. Eventually I would like to get a actual like spot for that, so it's not all rocky grass like trash. Um, but yeah. Um, so this one to my left. Oh, wait, that's not my field. Okay. This area over here, this third field, this area 31 right here is 110% next on the chopping block. I can get some huge fields out of this, and it allows us to have access to the store, so we can actually like build paths into our place. Um, but I digress. Um, yeah, we're pretty much just waiting on the wheat. Um, those are both all those three fields over there are completely ready to go. It's gonna be 2 months before I'm able to plant on this one. So February, March, April, we should be able to plant. And I'm gonna assume that's when these are gonna be ready as well. So April should be a little busy, but we'll see. For right now, what I am gonna do is I'm gonna skip a month. I'm gonna sell all my silage and check in real quick. I'm basically just gonna go until we can harvest this field and the other wheat field. So I'll be right back once we're able to do that. I didn't realize I needed to fertilize the three fields over there. So I knocked that out real quick, but I got a lot more money from the silage than I had expected. So I bought myself something that kind of help counteract some of the field workers and stuff that I do when I need help. And there they are. So I just placed two greenhouses. I put them on auto sell, so I know they're not gonna make me the most amount of money. But they are the boosted greenhouses, so I don't need to fill them up with water. They're just kind of passive income. Only because all of the other, what's it called that I have, the generators that I have are way too overpowered. So I figured that would be the best in between. Um, so I went with that. I wanted to do that check-in before I switched it over to April, hoping we can get a harvest off this episode of wheat before this video gets way too goddamn long. I'll need to cut out a lot, so I also do a lot of that too, and I've been really careful not to put a lot of field work in here. Um, but we'll see where it's at after this month, and then we'll either get to harvesting, or I'll skip until they're ready to harvest. So I'll be right back. All right, so we are in June. I haven't planted anything on this field to the right of me, because I wanted to see how long it would take before I have to harvest these. But basically, I'm gonna plant that with grass, and then as soon as I tear these up and get these ready to plant again, this is going in grass as well. These smaller fields are gonna be my uh, chaff fields. Um, which I might, based off of the money I'm getting off of the, what's it called? Deadass, I might upgrade my forage again. Just because they are making huge amounts of money because I'm only doing lettuce and I have two of them going. So I'm making huge money off of that. I'm making huge money off of my silage, which I haven't checked on in a month to 3 months. So yeah, we're gonna get that moving. We're gonna get this entire harvest ready, including our silage, and then we'll see where we're at money wise. We might be able to buy a new plot of field, a new field. We don't. We'll see. I think we're ready for it though. June, my friends, is over, and as you can see by the bank account, we are not doing much better than we were before. But as you can see inside of that little barn there, we got some new toys. Um, So I expanded this one, planted it all grass. Got this one behind us ready to go. That one was not great. Um, we got a new harvester, one that's a little bigger. We should be able to get stuff done quicker with it. Um, and then we might have expanded quite a bit this way, and we also have a sheep barn now. I don't have sheep yet just because I have $30,000 and it's not a lot of money. So we're gonna wait on that a little bit. My goal for this one is legitimately to be feed. That's all that field is gonna be used for is feed. Um, and we also got a couple goodies over here. So over here we have an auto load wood trailer. We have the greatest harvester. Um, and a seeder, which we can do different everything for. Primarily green beans is what I wanted, which I saw. Now, where is it? Soybeans, green beans. Which this will harvester will work for. So that's gonna be the small field that's right in front of the house. That's what that one's gonna be. Super small, pretty easy to do. Um, and then But yeah, super excited for this. This is almost done. This should only have like another month or so. But we have to wait on these two before we're able to plant on them because this used that second plot, I guess. So, but we did expand here, so we have all of this now. We basically have up to here on the map. We still need this plot over here, but I think that's very close to coming, especially now that we have this. We just need a truck to pull it with. Um, but as you can see, I don't have the money for that. I think I will next month. Or at least by the time those over there finish. For sure. At least the dolly that we can carry it with the tractor. But I did get some hay inside of the feed barn already off of some random stuff that I just cut real quick and had. So everything is ready to move on to the next month. In the next episode, I won't harvest yet. That will be a different episode for the canola. But on the next episode, we'll do that. We'll get the truck, and hopefully, we'll be able to clear out some of this and start producing and printing money with more little thingies over there, greenhouses. But we'll see how that runs along on the next episode. Catch you later. Thanks for watching, and appreciate the vibes. See you in the next one.